Before we start today's video, check out our merch shop, linked in the description down below. Use code Ahsoka in all caps to get $7 off your order. May the Force be with you, and enjoy the vid.
Hello, this is where the fun begins.
What's up guys, Unofficial Star Wars here. Hope you're all doing well, and in this video we have an update for Taika Waititi's Star Wars movie. We're gonna go ahead and hop right on into it. In this video, we are going to be taking a read from GameRant.com. I'll have their article linked in the description down below. We also have our merch shop up live and running with some pretty neat designs you might find good as a holiday gift, with some promo codes as well to get some cash off. In the description down below, go check it out. Star Wars director Taika Waititi recently gave fans another update into the regards of his future entry into the Star Wars franchise in a galaxy far, far away. By which, the last that we did simply hear about Waititi and his Star Wars film was a pulse read on it, quite really, saying that, yeah, I'm still working on it and that it is still happening. And it is something that we've heard plenty of times throughout the course of this last year, simply pulse reads on his movie, saying that, oh yeah, it's still happening and I'm still working around the script, and that it's something that he doesn't want to rush into and rush with. He wants to have a good story for it, so he is still writing it. However, his comments recently may surprise some fans unfamiliar with his sense of humor on his previous past projects, and for what he is going to be bringing to his new Star Wars movie in a galaxy far, far away. While his Star Wars project is still in the writing stages and early development, and years away from actually being released at that, the director, Taika Waititi, has not shied away from responding to questions about his hyped-up movie. Following his controversial film, Thor: Love and Thunder, that wasn't necessarily received the best from fans and critics alike, which saw him lose favor with many of the MCU fan base, the director looks to rebound with his Star Wars movie within the Star Wars franchise, and for what that may have to offer. During a recent red carpet interview with Variety, Waititi was asked whether his forthcoming movie for Star Wars would offer moviegoers the classic feeling and atmosphere that Star Wars fans have come to love. Jokingly, the New Zealand director Waititi responded with, "It's gonna piss people off, actually." Waititi's comments about his future Star Wars film may hint at a departure from past movies, but they likely reference his Thor: Love and Thunder controversy as well, rather than a genuine attempt to anger Star Wars fans, saying that it's gonna be a Taika Waititi film. It's gonna piss people off. And for what that might mean for a Star Wars movie, and from coming from Waititi, for those that may be unfamiliar with his previous movies, I think a prime example of that is the last two Thor movies, Thor Ragnarok and Thor Love and Thunder, is the idea that there's a lot of jokes, a lot of sarcasm, and thinking about it, that's just not something I feel that Star Wars necessarily has to offer all the time. Star Wars has its serious moments, and it's hard to catch a glimpse of that. It's hard to really take that into the fold, I think, at the same time. But seeing what he did do with those last Thor movies, and whether you love them or you hate them, let me know what you think about them in the comments down below. We also have a Marvel channel, Unofficial MCU, linked in the description down below. Is that this Star Wars movie is going to be very Waititi-like. It's going to be witty and sarcastic. Earlier this year, Waititi talked about his struggles with his Star Wars script and trying to write it. He explained that the franchise's signature atmosphere overall is difficult to recreate without reassembling previous films too closely, and from there, building off of one another and having those same characters even. The Star Wars universe is over 40 years old, and has seen several contributions through the movies, shows, books, games, and everything in between. Taika Waititi has to tread carefully to ensure that his forthcoming Star Wars story is wholly unique, something seemingly important to the Kiwi filmmaker. And I think what it really comes down to and boils down to, as I have kind of mentioned here on the channel in and out of updates into the regards of his Star Wars movie, is that he's thinking too closely into it. He's given a Star Wars movie, something that's outside of the Skywalker saga. It doesn't have anything to do with any of the Star Wars franchise or any of the other shows, books, movies, or anything else in between. He's able to come up with his own idea, his own characters, and everything of that nature, his own story. He's not trying to build off of anything. It sounds rather easy, and it sounds rather difficult to actually mess up at that. But what he's running into, as he's revealing here, is that, well, that's what Star Wars is kind of building off of that same story for the last 40 years, even at that. And that's just kind of what Star Wars is everything's interconnected in a way. Fans can expect Waititi to offer a unique perspective to the Star Wars franchise in a galaxy far, far away. His first Marvel project, Thor Ragnarok, was lauded as one of the best comedies of the 21st century, and brought a fresh approach to the MCU as well. But on the other hand, Thor Love and Thunder was a dislike to many, who brought the movie's comedy felt forced and just out of place within the story. The director has since been pushed out by Marvel Studios, actually, and won't really be continuing on with any other MCU films for the future, for right now, which has moved on to finding another director to helm and take on Thor 5. Also remember though, this isn't Waititi's first time in a galaxy far, far away. He has directed multiple episodes of The Mandalorian show, and we all know how amazing that is. Talented actor Barry Cohan had expressed interest in joining Waititi's Star Wars movie. The director's entertaining filmography commands respect in Hollywood regardless of Thor Love and Thunder's reception. Waititi's movies are relentlessly silly and lighthearted, but are usually balanced with meaningful themes and poignant moments of drama. Following recent Star Wars fatigue from some fans into the regards of maybe a lot of shows coming out, I don't really think that to be a thing though. I think that we can't get enough of it actually. I personally haven't heard a lot of people complain about that. Waititi's movie may come at the perfect time to reinvigorate the franchise, I think on the movie side of things at least. And while he is still working on his script and writing, and it is still in very early development for his Star Wars movie, we don't know when it's going to be released. From what I'm hearing is that the next Star Wars movie to be released is going to be the Rey Skywalker, Daisy Ridley led and return spin-off movie that was just announced earlier this year and confirmed earlier this year at Star Wars Celebration, as they look to take on filming next year in April of 2024. So maybe in between there and after that movie is where we would get Waititi's Star Wars movie, and then after that we would get Dave Filoni's Cultimation Mandoverse movie that was also announced and confirmed at the beginning of this year at Star Wars Celebration. Overall, this bit of insights and a bit of a tease for Waititi's Star Wars movie it's interesting, saying that, oh, it's gonna piss people off. It is kind of just his personality as well, to be very overly sarcastic and silly and funny at times as well, so maybe it could just be in reference to that, and just knowing what the Star Wars franchise, the fan community, I think there as well, like a lot of people get pissed off about a lot of things and just don't like a lot of things. Star Wars fans are Star Wars' biggest haters, I think, in a sense. Nonetheless, though, it's nice to have something into the regards of his movie here. And this here all being said, I would love to hear what you guys are all thinking in the comment section down below. What do you guys want to see with the future of the franchise for Star Wars movies specifically, especially with Waititi and his Star Wars movie? And what do you think about his previous works? I would love to hear all of your thoughts and opinions in the comment section down below. Thanks so much for watching today's video. Of course, this has been Unofficial Star Wars. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Have a great one. May the Force be with you as always. Peace out.